we have the former federal prosecutor who's going to break down the evidence that was used to convict those who committed PPP fraud, which one of them was Austin St. John, who originally pled not guilty, but recently changed his plea to guilty.
In North Texas,
there's going to be documents that will show the bank account being open, the money coming in, the money going out. All of that will be well documented.
Federal investigators say one recruited the others into the scheme and the other assisted with making fake documents. The others named in the indictment allegedly paid the men, then transferred money to their personal accounts. 16 loans were obtained, totaling $3.5 million.
I don't think if any of these cases go to trial that it's going to rely heavily on witness testimony that's not completely corroborated by lots of records.
Pandemic relief fraud is extensive. In December, the Secret Service estimated COVID relief fraud neared $100 billion. Only $1 billion has been recovered at that point. Helm says there will be many more busts just like this one.
What you're seeing now is them trying to come back in, get a lot of the money back, and also get justice for the people who abuse the program.
Which Austin St. John is one of those people who 100% abused the program. Now, here is the original not guilty plea that was entered by Austin St. John. You notice he put in his plea in 2023. He did a lot of stuff talking about he, quote unquote, trusted the wrong people, which in my opinion that he misled a lot of fans. Instead of coming out and said, hey, I made a mistake trying to defraud the government, he tried to blame it for other people. He said, hey, I trusted other people. Now, here is the evidence. Here's the indictment against Austin St. John. We can scroll we'll go all the way up to the top so you can see it. So you can see his name, you know what I'm saying? This was the sealed version when you request it, but I requested it for a bunch of people. And you see Jason Lawrence Geiger, aka Austin St. John, May 12th, 2022, when he got arrested. And we'll get to his portion or evidence that was used against him. This is maybe a refresher for some, but this, put him in the hot seat, which required him to ask the courts for his passport for a little bit per se. Sorry. I know I just had to say it. I had to do it. All right. So what did Austin St. John do? How did they get this ninja? Well, it's simple. It's wire transfer. So between on or about June 23rd, 2020, Jason Lawrence Geiger, aka Red Ranger, Cord Newman, and some other people transferred $421,000 total to Hill's account, which is considered to be the ringleader. Hill is the ringleader. Now, when we go down to other evidence, you will see that on June 17th, Jason Lawrence Geiger, aka Austin St. John, obtained a PP loan for approximately $225,754 for St. John Enterprises. This is a 100% bona fide fact. This is evidence used to convict. Of the PPP frauds attained, Geiger personally sent approximately $22,000 to co-defendant Moran and invested approximately $170,000 with co-defendant Spencer, with $33,000 missing. Now, after some time, he eventually changed his plea to guilty. This occurred on or about May 1st, 2024. Guilty. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Hey, we reached a plea agreement. I want to plead guilty. Now, when it comes to what the elements needed to convict him, it's literally only three things that the United States government needs to prove. One, that he agreed with one or more persons to commit wire fraud, because he's convicted. He's about to get convicted. He pled guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Next thing you need is that you knew the unlawful purpose of the agreement, so you knew you were breaking the law. 3, You joined the agreement with the intent to further the unlawful purpose. You knew y'all were going to break the law, and hey, we all going to do this shit together. So this is the only three elements needed by the United States government to prove someone committed wire fraud. Now, the factual basis, what Jason Lawrence Geiger admitted to in part of his plea deal, is that one, he pled guilty. This is legal court documents. You guys can see it for yourself. The events and conduct described in this superseding indictment, Jason Lawrence Geiger, right here, willfully conspired with others, including co-defendant Andrew Moran. Andrew Moran was the guy's house that everyone did the applications, and Cord Newman, to defraud or obtain money or property by materially false or fraudulent pretenses, representations, or promises. Application fraud, guys. The way everyone got caught for PPP fraud is literally submitting a false application for reimbursement. And if you guys don't know who Cord Newman is, he could be seen right. Give me a second. Oh, it did the thing. Cord Newman can be seen in Austin St. John right there. There he goes. Cord Newman, Austin St. John. All right. So you have these pictures. Now, fun fact about Cord Newman and Austin St. John. According to my sources, they are no longer friends on Facebook. That is, that could be nothing, or it could be telling. Or it could be everything, that these two are no longer friends, and these pictures was taken shortly after these two ninjas got their PPP loan money. There they go, smiling, cheesing, all that good stuff. So after Austin St. John, literally Tekashi 6ix9ine, his good friend. If you don't know who Tekashi 6ix9ine is, a snitch. Sorry, Ninja. Sorry, Cord. I'm trying to stay out of jail. Good luck with your case, though, buddy. That's Austin St. John. Jason Lawrence Geiger acted with the intent to defraud and joined the agreement with the intent to further its unlawful purposes. As part of the scheme, Jason Lawrence Geiger and his co-conspirators performed the following acts in furtherance of the conspiracy, among other things. Use Geiger Business, St. John Enterprises, to obtain government funds under the Paycheck Protection Program, which that's it. That's a truthful statement.
That's a truthful statement.
He did do that shit. He did that. Submitted a materially false loan application to obtain the loan, which misrepresented, among other things, the number of employees and the monthly payrolls for his business. So this is Austin St. John fucking lying on his PPP loan application for all you dipshits who think he didn't do anything. Talking to you, Brent. Transfer, deposited, or otherwise use the fraudulently obtained funds in a manner not authorized by the PPP program. Now, here's the thing, guys. When you get these funds, you're supposed to go to payroll, keeping your business afloat, keeping you from filing bankruptcy, keeping you from shutting your doors. Well, Austin St. John, he was doing none of that. He was investing it. He was giving kickbacks. $33,000 is unaccounted for. That could have went to him paying some bills. But what's unusual about this thing, right, where everyone's like, oh, he's innocent, he's this, he's that. All these ninjas went to the same goddamn house for the most part. Most of them went to the same house. And they all miraculously got a loan for close to $225,000 each. Don't that seem odd? Don't that seem a little off? Wait, how is everyone getting about $220,000? All these companies. Why is all these people doing it, going to the same IP address? This seems normal? Hell no. Hell no. So for all you people like, well, we need more evidence. This is the evidence, goofballs. But so he caused a wire transmission that affected interstate commerce. The financial loss reasonably foreseeable to Jason Lawrence Geiger was approximately $225,000, which is the amount of the loan he helped obtain for for his business, St. John Enterprises. Defendant's signature. I bet you he didn't he didn't charge him for this one. Defendant's signature and acknowledgement. I have read the factual basis in the first superseding indictment, and I have discussed this with my attorney. I fully understand the content of its factual basis and agree without reservation that it actually describes the events and my acts. His acts. He did this on, April 22, 2024, quietly swept under the rug by all these little fake ass Power Ranger channels that will refuse to acknowledge me, his guilt in the hopes for a fucking interview, you pathetic pieces of shit content creators. There I go right here. His lawyer signed it, all this good shit. Let's keep it going. So why is this important? Because he is back in the news. He is back. While you guys were out celebrating New Year's Eve and New Year, New Me, he was drafting up a motion for the judge. He like, Judge, I know Henry kicking my back in. I know he talking about my case, but I need my passport. I see Walter in Cuba. I want to go to Cuba too, man. I'm stuck in America, man. I want to travel. So comes now, defendant Jason Lawrence Geiger, Mr. Liar Geiger, through his undersigned counsel, and files an unopposed motion for a temporary return of his passport. Now you like temporary return. Yeah, you know the reason why he wasn't in the movie? Like, I wasn't in the movie. I didn't want to be in it. No, Ninja, you couldn't go. Because he tried to go to like some third world country to do a freaking appearance. It was like, Ninja,
Nope.
you think you slick? You think you about to get out the country and then, with your passport, you gonna come back? Ninja, why the hell would we trust you? You lied to us on the application. Why in the fuck would we believe you're gonna be honest now? He don't know. He tried though. Okay, so on May 24th, the court, entered an order setting conditions for Mr. Geiger to release his passport. These included provisions requiring him to surrender his passport to the clerk of court. The passport is now expired, and Mr. Geiger respectfully requests the court to permit him to temporarily obtain his passport for the clerk for the sole purpose of renewing it. Upon receiving the new passport, Mr. Geiger will then redeposit the passport with the clerk of courts. So you're like, well, why would he redeposit it? Well, he's obviously, you didn't see this? He's obviously a key witness in this case. As he just hit the stand and was like, it was Court Newman, it was Andrew Moran. We were at his house and he did it, Your Honor. He is the guy that we did the loan shit with. He gonna take the stand. People say he's being a man. He's looking out for his family. He's looking like a fucking rat. Want some cheese? Ain't that what they say? Ain't that what they call them in the mafia? Rats. So, but snitch stands for sorry ninja or sorry Cord. I'm trying to come home. Now, Cord is still fighting it. I don't know why. He hasn't put in a plea yet. He should have plead. He should have played. And now the question is, if and when Cord pleads guilty, will he name Austin St. John in his plea? Or will Austin St. John have to take the stand and be like, Cord Newman? Sucks, doesn't it? Because they've known each other for a while. And instead of standing 10 toes down, he like, I gotta, who knows what his motivations are? Maybe one person out there do. I sure don't, but I don't care. What about the families who wanted, relief that didn't get it? And this ninja got it. Think about that. And I know what you got. You was just the government, man. It's like, shut up.
Shut up, bitch.
Don't try to sweep for him. He did that shit. Now, if it was your mom or your mom's or your family business that ended up going out of business because y'all couldn't get the loan, make sure you thank Austin St. John for it. Because he got $225,000 and was investing it and giving kickbacks. So as we continue, Mr. Geiger's job requires him to travel to various locations to take part in conventions and exhibitions. As part of the condition of his pre-trial release, he is permitted to travel freely within the state of Texas, but requires permission to travel outside of state. Which is interesting because I haven't seen his request or anything like that for his out-of-state travel. He's been doing a lot of travel. I ain't seen not one of them shits. Without the ability to travel outside of Texas, Mr. Geiger would lose his primary ability to financially for his family. He should have thought about that, right? Me being a dad, there are things I think about before I do it, My daughter. Is this going to jeopardize me spending time with my daughter? Is it? Things like that. From time to time, Mr. Geiger has opportunities to travel abroad for conventions. To be clear, Mr. Geiger is not requesting permission of the court for any international travel at this time. All right? Any international travel. In the event of an opportunity for international travel presented itself, Mr. Geiger will consult with the government pretrial services and the court to secure permission. If I am the government, we'll talk about that. The government has indicated it's unopposed to the relief requested in this motion, and Mr. Geiger's pretrial officer defers to the court but is not opposed. So he's already tentatively got it proven for. But if I am the court, if I'm the judge in this case, who, Austin St. John is asking us, to do this, I tell that ninja, nope. No, I ain't giving you that shit. Because what's going to happen? It's still going to come back to your possession. And then we got to trust your ass to give it back. I don't know about that. We might need you to take the stand. We don't need you getting slick, pulling the fast one. But he's probably on a no-fly list. I imagine Jason Lawrence Geiger. And him or his team is watching. I see the views then peaked up a bit. But what do you guys think? This is the evidence against Jason Lawrence Geiger, along with his latest request from the government to get his passport so he can renew it. So if he don't get any jail time, because it's really looking like he may not get jail time, so he could travel to places that don't mind having convicted felons in there. But let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the video, like it, share it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.